Hello, welcome to Blossom and Rise. This is your host, Amber Choisella. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune into my video today. I hope all is well. It's still really hot. I'm outside on my deck. It's about almost 4 o'clock on a Wednesday, and I felt really pulled to talk about this subject today. So I wanted to make sure that I did a video before I was uninspired to do this, before I didn't have this energy anymore. So today's video topic is going to be about relationships. I previously did one that I did not post, but I didn't feel like it didn't feel right. And so I'm refilming about relationships. So with relationships, we have many different types of relationships in our lives. We have family relationships, we have coworker relationships, we have religious or spiritual relationships with people, and then we have intimate relationships, friendships also, right? So it's all these ships that we have, and they're all relationships. So my question to you would be, who do you allow in your space, right? We all have in our work field, right, an energy field that surrounds our body, okay? And we pick up on things and they stay stuck within our field sometimes, right? And we tend to attract things that we don't necessarily want. And we're thinking, God, like, what is wrong with me? Why do I keep attracting this bullshit, essentially, right? And you have to think, like, a lot of it is what we put out is what we're going to get back, right? Either thoughts, really, self-talk, okay? Let's talk about that a little bit. Self-talk. If we're not happy with the situation and the people that we're surrounding ourselves with, what are we telling ourselves on a daily basis, right? We have a best friend who talks so much shit about us, that always puts us down, that's not really supportive. Okay, so maybe we're thinking, well, maybe this is what I deserve. I've known this person all my life. I think this is what a best friend's supposed to be like. This is just normal. Okay, no, it's not normal to have unhealthy and unsupportive relationships, especially your best friend in your life. Coming from experience, I've had that happen to me in my past. It took me until my adult years to see that we weren't really on the same path with each other, and we broke free of each other. And I wish that person the best, and I pray for them, and I want nothing but good to happen to them, but we weren't corresponding. Our energy wasn't where it should be, and so I had to let that relationship go. A lot of people want to say, oh, well, time, I've known this person for X amount of time, or what is time, right? Time is only a construct that exists here on Earth. It doesn't exist anywhere else in the universe except for here on Earth. So what is time? What does that equate to, really? If things aren't the way they should be, or the way that you want them to be, what is time, right? How does that equate to time? But back to our self-talk. What are we telling ourselves about the relationships that we think we deserve, right? Do we believe that we deserve good relationships in our lives? Well, do we? We should, because you were created of love, right? You're created from the universe. The universe is love, okay? So with that said, what are we doing about our relationships? And go back to that question. Do you feel fulfilled in your relationships? What is it that's missing in your relationships? I was talking to my coworker last night about the 5 languages of love, and I'm going to try to remember to say all of them. We have quality time, we have acts of service, we have, we need verbal affirmations, gifts, and then I forget what this one is, but I know by the time I post this video, I'll have this 5th one, okay? But yeah, knowing the language and our love languages of how we communicate our love to other people, and how we in turn receive that from others, right? So knowing that is huge. That is huge. That deals with communication, right? But also involved with the energetic connection too. Okay, so we have the communication, we have the self-talk that we tell ourselves, and then we have the energetic connection that we have with other people, getting rid of toxic people that are in our lives, inviting room for more people that will be around to help us. But don't think that those toxic people aren't there to help you, okay? Because every situation that we have in life is to teach us, right? So if you're in school and say you are held back a grade because you didn't learn the material, well, the same thing with life. If you don't learn a lesson, guess what? The universe is so amazing that it gives us another opportunity to learn the lesson, right? So instead of going on these endless lessons, the same lesson, think about how we can graduate, right? How we can graduate and move on from this lesson and move on to the next lesson, because there's always lessons in life, even after life, in spirit. We still learn. There's never a moment in our existence of being that we're not learning. Okay, so with that said, just think about the relationships that you have in your life. Think about the things that you're telling yourself about the relationships in your life, okay? And see if you notice a trend, right? And if so, please reach out to me and we'll talk about it, or comment below. Let's make a discussion about this, okay? Bring your awareness to our own awareness of what we choose to invite in our lives, the people that we choose to have in our space, right? Yes. Okay. So guess what? It's reading time. I'm gonna choose one card from my Work Your Light Oracle deck and see what Spirit has to say about this topic. I hope I didn't go too fast with that subject, because I don't want to just like go on and on and on. I'm thinking about maybe writing something on this topic, something more formal. Would you be interested in reading it? We all have relationship issues. Nothing's perfect in our lives, nothing, right? But when we can understand it from the energetic level, for me, it makes it a lot easier. So I'm gonna go ahead. Cards. Okay. And already, if you see my videos, you know I like to protect myself in a white bubble, okay? Divine light surrounded with gold, which is God consciousness and love. For anyone who's trying to give me negative bullshit, I transmute that back to them with love, okay? So I've already done that. Everything's already protected. So let me go ahead and just choose the card. Okay. Okay, so today's card, Spirit wants you to remember, is to protect yourself. Protection. It says, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. Let me see if I can come up so you guys can see this. Hopefully. We'll readjust. You can see that. Protection. Hopefully you guys were able to see that. But yeah, it goes back to like our relationships and the things that we no longer need in our life, no longer want in our lives, our beliefs about ourselves, right? Our self-talk. All of that, we need to start cutting those cords, right? Releasing what no longer serves us, what never really served us, but we started to believe that they did, okay? We need to go ahead and release that, okay? And then protect ourselves, because you are worth protecting, right? You are worth protecting. Now, that's gonna be the end of the video today. If you like the content, you like my discussions, please go ahead and like the video and subscribe to Blossom and Rise. Also, share to other social media platforms or to others that you think would be interested in these discussions, okay? All right, well, I have a phone call. I'm expecting a phone call from my medical doctor, so you guys have a good rest of your day.